Here we have an application problem. It says, Ben shoots an arrow. The height of the arrow can be modeled by this quadratic, where y represents the height in feet of the arrow and x represents the seconds after it's shot in the air. I'm going to graph this function. So I'm going to go step by step. First, I'm going to find my axis of symmetry. So x equals the opposite of b over 2a. A is negative 16, b is 100, and c is 4. So I'm going to say the opposite of 100 divided by 2 times negative 16. So that's negative 100 divided by negative 32. Now, that doesn't go in there evenly, does it? So I'm going to round. So I'm going to take 100 divided by 32. And I get 3.125. Which, when I graph it, I'm just going to round it to 3.1. But to find y, I'm going to use 3.125. So I'm going to say negative 16 times 3.125 squared plus 100 times 3.125 plus 4. So I think I'll type that in my calculator. So I'm going to take negative 16 times 3.125 squared. Okay. And my middle term was, what was it, plus 100. Plus 100 times 3.125, and then plus 4. So we get 160.25. So my vertex is at 3.125 and 160.25. So when I make my graph, notice it's a sad parabola because my a is negative. Whoop, let's try that again. That wasn't very vertical. So I'm going to go over about 3.125. And up about 160. So I think I'll count by hundreds. There's 100, 200, 300. So if I go over 3.125 and I go up about 160, and then 0.4, if I'm counting by hundreds, that's almost right on the bottom there, isn't it? And so then I go over another 3.125. And my parabola looks like that. Now, I'm going to stop at 0 because this is real life application. You can't have a height that's negative. So that's all I'm going to do for my graph. I could have just graphed this in my first quadrant. Probably should have just graphed it in the first quadrant. So, at what height was the arrow shot? Well, at time 0, you're up 4 feet. That's your y-intercept. What's the maximum height of the arrow? Well, the maximum height is 160.25 feet. And you can say 160 feet, or you can say 160.3 feet. Both of them would be correct.